People are broke, poor, and losing big time with the latest round of massive layoffs and job cuts, but not to mention rising prices and the ever so increasing cost of living that's just getting so out of hand. The world will have its first trillionaire within the next 10 years, but poverty won't be eradicated for another 2+ centuries. And let's face it, just be real, because honestly, odds are you will never own that dream home that you've always wanted as real estate prices creep up and climb to a butt-puckering, eye-watering 2 comma club territory. 7 figures, or now $1 million, is likely going to be the starting bid or listing price, asking price for that 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom, cute little cottage, bungalow, craftsman, mid-century modern, or even just a condo if you want to see your name on the deed. But in the off chance that you could afford this $1 million domicile, well, then you're going to need to follow the rules, and specifically the 28% rule. Meanwhile, Gen Z is going back to work, with teen employment reaching a 14-year record high last year, and more high schoolers are joining the labor force as part of a post-pandemic shift. Meanwhile, the oldest of Gen Xers, born in 1965, are just a few years away from traditional retirement age. But if you ask, like I have, many of them don't feel nearly ready enough for the next chapter of their lives. And one even said, "I followed my dreams, as my generation was told to do, but found that some dreams cost more to follow than others. And my savings is virtually non-existent. And I will likely die before I can retire." Fun stuff. But despite how tragic this all sounds, it gets worse. And I'm going to show you exactly why. Here, take a look at your screen. This is Aitana Lopez. And besides her appearance of being a Spanish model with perfectly arched eyebrows and a full rosy pout, and how when you look at her, the light just bounces perfectly off of her high cheekbones, and her full body pics would suggest she counts as a personal trainer as part of her daily life. She probably by now has over 130,000 Instagram followers whose adoration fills the comment section of her posts with words like gorgeous, sublime, and "you've officially stolen my heart." Lopez, however, isn't real because she's AI generated. Nothing more than code, ones and zeros. But get this, she's also a successful influencer, and she's making over $10,000 a month, according to the design agency that created her and maintains her seductive online persona, which I have to say is bad news for yet another industry, as the high-income, jet-setting, lavish lifestyle that some young women and men have dreamed of will be wiped out and eliminated. Instead, they'll be replaced by some less than easy on the eyes coding wizards and prompt geniuses with a face that only a mother could love or would be better suited for radio, but can virtually design the perfect specimen for any ad agency with the help of AI. That agency, called TheClueless, says AI models are more reliable and easier to work with than humans, who have pesky egos and don't always show up for shoots on time. And Ruben Cruz and Diana Nunez, co-founders of TheClueless, said, "We believe certain brands are leaning towards AI-generated models for their efficiency in cutting costs and time. However, this has broader implications." And reading headlines from Business Insider and the like that say Googlers are realizing layoffs are just business, with the article describing the company's originating culture from back in 2012 when Larry Page stressed how important it was that Google acted like a family, and how the search giant had become famous at the time for its perks such as snacks and massages. Back then, to Page, then Google's CEO, treating people well translated to better productivity. Now, more than a decade later, Googlers can be forgiven for wondering where that family spirit has gone. And last January, the tech giant said it was to lay off about 12,000 employees, the equivalent of 6% of its workforce. But the layoffs haven't stopped. And the now CEO, Sundar Pichai, warned staffers this week that there were more to come in 2024 in a bid to cut costs and focus on high priority areas such as artificial intelligence. So let me say that again. More layoffs are coming in 2024 in a bid to cut costs and focus on high priority areas such as artificial intelligence. So it just amazes me to see the response from people right now who know, or at least I think should know, just how much of a problem this is going to be and how bad it's going to get, because it's only going to get worse. But instead, they choose to ignore it. And I have proof. But I hate to break it to you. The victim approach isn't going to save you, nor do you have any favors when it comes time to pay your bills, buy food and groceries, pay rent, insurance, pay your mortgage, or cover medical expenses. Yeah, this is the great wealth transfer, and you better pay attention. But it gets worse, and here's why. Voice cloning startup ElevenLabs achieves unicorn status and lands $80 million. So ElevenLabs, a startup focused on developing AI-powered tools for creating and editing synthetic voices, has recently closed an $80 million Series B funding round. The round was co-led by prominent investors such as Andreessen Horowitz, former GitHub CEO Nat Friedman, and entrepreneur Daniel Gross. Notable participation also came from Sequoia Capital, Smash Capital, SV Angel, Broadlight Capital, and Credo Ventures. And with this funding, ElevenLabs has raised a total of $101 million, propelling its valuation to over $1 billion, which is a significant increase from approximately $100 million last June. And the additional capital will be instrumental in solidifying ElevenLabs' position as the global leader in voice AI research and product development. Now, I don't think I need to tell you just where this next leap in AI voice cloning will take us, what it means for the safety of our society, the dangers it can pose for dupes and misinformation and disinformation, not to mention the jobs that can be eliminated, such as those with great voices who once could make a living in radio, broadcast, and have a successful singing career. But the worst part about it all is that everyone seems to be looking the other way. And like I said, I have proof, and instead would rather focus on things that really don't matter all that much in the grand scheme of it all, and shy away from the tools and resources that are readily available to them now that could better position them and propel them into a much brighter future.
I can tell you my problems, meditating my silence, but I keep pushing my pen, rotating my stylus. Brokenness feeling like sin, now no breath, low dollar. Used to be left on red, now all the girls go holler. Now all the girls go